I don't want that. It's like he led me there, and it's really amazing to see how non-religious he is. He's just like, go be a light, and people are gonna hate me or whatever, and be like, you're a false teacher, false Christian, and all that. And I'm like, you know what? My relationship, my strength is in my relationship with Jesus, not what people say. So he's giving me thick skin, so that's good.
The quote of the night is probably Jesus is a wild man. Is that or Jesus is wild man?
Jesus is wild, man.
Okay, that's what I thought it was.
It's crazy because he's like so loving and he's gentle, he's meek and all that, but he's also like
in your face.
Yeah, he's like a lion that can't be tamed, and he's just a consuming fire you can't put out, there's a balance there.
Well, and he did get angry in the Gospels, but it was almost always at religious people.
Yeah.
For that spirit of religion.
Like 3 chapters in Luke where he's just, like this place is, he's woe to you, all this religious, he just totally rips all the religious people. Then he goes and heals the sinners, It's like, we gotta get our minds straight here, Because people it's crazy. It's like he wasn't given the people that were misrepresenting him, he had no patience for them, but for the sinners, he was like, come to me. And he loved them. And so we get twisted, Jesus came and he posed the religious system and he was bringing the whole Old Testament system, religious system down. That's why they put him to the cross, but people use his name to build religious systems nowadays. And it's like, that's the worst place you can be in because those are the people he condemned. So I don't know, man. People need to be really careful.
Preach.
Huh?
Preach.
Shoot. And the Lord. I saw T.D. Jakes last night. He's awesome.
I love T.D. Jakes.
T.D. Jakes.
They know I try to do T.D. Jakes. It doesn't really work. But if I could get maybe a drummer and a keyboardist while I preach, it would get...
And God!
Yeah.
Man, so just some of the stuff that... He'll say a one-liner and you're just like... Oh.
Yeah, I'm wrecked.
Yeah.
T.D. Okay, so... I wanted you to share a little bit personally, and I know some of these stories we've been talking about, but what are some ways you've literally seen God work through you? Because I want us to be praying for you, and I feel like you're a pastor, like you're an evangelist. Like God has really called you to go into a place and bring the gospel. And I've seen some pictures recently from you, like your social media, of just the opportunities as you're praying for the Holy Spirit to lead you to the right person.
Yeah.
He does, and it's pretty
gosh.
powerful. Just maybe a story or two.
Okay, so many people, there's a few that were like, I just asked God for a sign, and now, I'm like, there's 12,000 people here, you think that my friends found you and they're just in tears, but there's really dramatic things too. This one guy, I gathered the 40 people, and I could feel just dark, while I'm on stage, I just felt like evil. And I knew a spiritual resistance. I had my friend who, he moves in healing. He sees healing a lot. And he was there with me. So I go and I tell my story, and people are just like, whatever. And so this one guy, I asked my friend, I said, do you have anything? And he goes, someone here has a back that needs healing. And this guy, big old dude, raises his hand, and my friend prays for him, he gets healed. And this other guy, his back's healed. He's like 6'5", and he's like, oh my gosh, what's trippy, dude? And he got out of prison. He gave his life to God in prison. He hasn't been walking it. So God healed him right there. And then a guy next to me, we were over on another side. He texted me. He goes, I broke my back at your concert 10 years ago. I'm still on pain pills. He goes, I want to get healed. He was drunk. And I started laughing. I go, come here, watch this. Because my guy is really bold. So he got the first fan that got healed. And he goes, I want you to pray for this guy. And you're going to see that Jesus heals and not me. He's got a healing gift, mind you. I tried this stuff and it didn't work for me. But that first fan prayed for the second fan, and the dude, 10 minutes before that, he was drunk, going, where's the strip club? What's the best strip club in this town? Just totally obnoxious. He starts crying. The guy yelling for a strip, he starts crying. He's like, oh my effing God, dude. Oh my. And he touched his toes. He's like, I haven't been able to do that in 10 years. He goes, this stuff's real. And I go, dude, you think I'll come out here after the show sweaty and talking about Jesus to people? You see everybody give me stank eye? If it wasn't real, I wouldn't be doing this. And he's just crying. He gave his life to the Lord. One more thing. This couple came. My friends were out there looking for people in Dallas, and this couple was there, and he didn't find them, but they came backstage, and she was crying. She's like, my husband, we lost our baby 4 years ago. He was 4 years old, and he had his tonsils taken out, and he just died. It was the craziest thing. And she's like, Korn helps my husband with his grief and his anger. Just he's so mad that this happened. And he's like, he has to meet them. And the security guard's like, I can't help you, but that guy can. He was my friend. He was helping find the people out in the crowd to minister to. And so he's eating a hot dog and goes up to her, and she told him, she's crying, I gotta meet those guys. And he goes, do you believe in miracles? And he goes, I'm supposed to be standing here right here. And he told him what we're doing. And so we ended up hanging out with him. I told my story to everybody. Went good that night. And we ended up praying. We took them backstage to meet the whole band because I just wanted to spend more time with them. And we prayed for them. And they had tried to get pregnant. And they had 2 miscarriages after their son. And so we prayed for them that night. The next week we got a text and they're pregnant. And they came back a month later and she gave her testimony to the 40 other Korn bands in a different city. So really, I love when dramatic things happen like that. And there's been a few.
That's pretty powerful.
So yeah, and some nights are just, one night this guy was just like, when are you gonna stop talking about this bull? And I was like, I go, come here, man. I go, who here has pain in their body? Because I saw my friend get all wild like that. And this guy raised his hand, and I told the dude, I go, pray for him, Jesus is gonna heal him. I tried to get bold, didn't happen. I was like, well, Jesus is so good though, and he changed my life, and I just, so you have bad nights, but I just keep going, And some nights it's just I'm loving on people, like a pastor, I'm loving on, and I'm just saying, they don't even want ounce. And I lead them to the prayer, even if they say, no, we don't want that. I go, okay, listen, when you're ready, because you're going to be ready, remember this night. And all you got to do is you say, Jesus, come into my heart. Reveal yourself to me. I want to know that you're real. And so when you're ready for that, that's all you got to do. And so I lead them through it, even though they don't do it. And it's always going to be there.
Yeah.
Always.
Wow. All right. Let's close with this question. What is a challenge or just a word that you would give to the church at large today? Because I think about where you're at and the kind of people you're meeting and how you got to stay prayed up, the temptation, but you're out of that life. You're in a new life.
I prepared the whole atmosphere there for me before I went back. There's no drugs, there's no group.
I know, that's incredible.
It's so amazing.
It's family.
We're old now too, so. Some of these dudes are mid-40s, they're popping out kids with their wives right now, so it's like, they're gonna be 65. Catch the ball, son. Everyone's mellow now. Everybody's mellow.
No offense to our seniors.
Everybody, hey.
65 is not that old, Brian. We're getting there. But
Hey, I'm 47 this year, so I can make fun of old if I want.
yeah,
I'm right there. I love getting old. I love getting older. I can't wait to be with Jesus. So.
nice. All right. Well, what challenge would you give the church? Not like our church for sure, but just the church at large. Something that maybe God's been revealing to you, and just that you would say, hey, we need to be better at this.
Oh my gosh. Stop typing the negative stuff on Facebook. Chiming in. Oh. People on Facebook are just like, I call them keyboard gangsters. Because they're hard. They're hard. And they're like, behind. But you see them, in public. I've never heard any one of them come to me that mean. It's always behind their computer. Always. And then people, if they do have something that they don't agree with me, they're nice because we're face to face. I'm just like, why are you doing that? You're giving God you're chasing people away from Jesus' love. And there's going to be a price to pay for that, man. I'm telling you, just read the Gospels, how angry he was with the people that misrepresented. He said that they're what do you call them? Whitewashed tombs. There's like nothing inside. There's no love. And people are like, people say we just got to love everybody and all that. You do. Love is patient. Love is kind. And the truth is the truth, of course. But, we got to remember, Paul was talking to these people that were having orgies in the church and the Old Testament mindsets, and they were stuck in this thing. And so he was telling a certain group of people take Paul's writings and say, well, he said that exactly and so he's telling us to do this, and it's really out of context. And so I would just say that long-winded answer to say, please stop chasing people away from Jesus on Facebook and on social media. It breaks my heart, you guys. I do all this work, and then I see people try to tear it down, and they're like, just think they're doing God's work, and it's just so discouraging.
We don't throw physical stones anymore, but sometimes